All right, welcome back to News Inside. Omokri again. I would have rather say Omokri is always playing with the intelligence of Nigeria. For the fact that we listen to him is one of the things that make me very, very angry. Omokri said, I took a vow to destroy that movement because Peter Obi was a project of mine. Omokri stated, I was responsible for Peter Obi becoming the running mate to Waziri Atiku Abubakar in 2019. I have the document to prove it. Who does this guy think he is? Come on, Eli.
He's a mini god. So simple. Because, you see, because APC, Omokri is a confused Nigeria. There was a time, you mentioned in the studio here that he should not sit over there and be talking about...
I was the one that said that.
You say so. I can't be outside the studio this morning and be dictating what happened here. Omokri, I think, he's just like Boala, Dane Boala. These are boys now that are eating from APC. And Peter Obi, that you like it or not, I mentioned yesterday that James Adichie has titled a book and said, a golden fish have no hidden place. Obi is like the golden fish of our political golden fish at the moment that cannot be hidden. So if Obi drink water, it's an issue.
If somebody commented and said you well describe him,
yes,
that's a golden fish.
They should look out for me and say something. So Obi is a force. Before the last election, they said he's not even to be considered. They were concentrating on PDP and Atiku. They felt there was no structure. Labour Party was nothing. Peter Obi was nothing.
If I Erufai mentioned it,
hit them. When he hit them, they didn't believe it. James Adichie wrote one. He says soccer punch. So that punch is so much. They are not afraid of the way he's still rising. I'm sure they must have looked around. There's no way to use EFCC to start chasing him. They cannot blackmail him. So what do they need to do? How can Omokri, even if I'm here today and I bring the idea of creating the creation of this cup, and it's well created and it's good and it's better than every other cup we have in the market, and people do not recognize me, but I know, and the cup itself know that I am the brain behind it, should I not be proud of myself? Omokri is now proving to Nigerians and the whole world the kind of wicked, I don't want to say hopeless old politicians we have. Maybe he was thinking he will have a Peter Obi like Wike thought he will have a Fubara. That when Peter Obi becomes president, he will say, come here, give this man appointment, give this man this thing, give man this thing, because I made you. Probably he has now seen that Obi is not power drunk and is not crazy over he must be, and he will not be toiled. All right? So he's beginning to be disappointed. If not, what is it that you made somebody? He didn't make him anyway, but you exposed him because Obi had his record. It's Obi's record. It's Obi's personality. It's Obi's past record that people were after.
Okay, all right.
So if you expose him, why?
Okay, Omokri's vow to destroy the Obidient Movement. I mean, I wonder what power he has. He doesn't, for what we know now, he used to be in PDP. He's a supporter of Atiku now. Asiwaju now. When the election started, he was on Atiku's side. Later, he switched alliance to Tinubu. Now, we don't even know where he is. That's one. Two, he's not even in this country. Why can't he face where he stays and concentrate there than to always be playing the politics of Nigeria? He said that the obedient people trace him, stalk him everywhere he goes. Do you think his threats are something to go home with?
You know, Reno Omokri is the worst confused human being on earth. You know why I say so? Reno Omokri's father is Urobo. His mother is Shekiri. But everywhere he goes,
he's Shekiri.
He's not a confused human being. A few days ago, Atiku granted an interview on Arise television. And he did say that it was Obasanjo that nominated Peter Obi to him to be his vice running mate in 2019. Reno Omokri is here ranting that he is the one that made that he was the instrument that ensured that Peter Obi's running mate to Waziri Atiku Abubakar in 2019. That he has proof. What proof do you need other than the man who said it on Arise television? So that had deflated all his claim. He said he's going to destroy Obidient over threat to his family and his life. And yes, if he claims he has all the power, why is he shouting?
Should just do it.
He should do it. Why is it that it's being stuck? You that want to destroy a movement, why would you want to have to shout before you destroy it? You are not complaining that you are being stuck anywhere you go, where they're in London. The movement, if you call it a movement, and you're a single person, you know, it shouldn't be taken serious.
We don't know him to have any followers
Like you
of
said,
any sort.
it shouldn't be taken serious. You said it all. If you're in London, you're in California, stay there. We are here. We are the one in Nigeria. Allow us
to decide who our leaders
are. If we choose to be Obidient Movement, you want to destroy it from California or from London, try. So we don't need his opinion in any way. You know, like you said, that who is it? Is it because he's being listened to? Because let me tell you what he does. He look for, you know, somebody who is popular that can, because everybody has come to know who he is, and nobody listen to her anymore. Now that he mentioned that he want to destroy business, still we are talking about him. So he look for that kind of personality so that he can, at least his voice can be heard, because everybody has come to know who he is, so nobody wants to hear about him. So he's looking for where he can, at least for once, let him be fighting the genuine people and the genuine movement, so that they can say Omokri is doing something. For me, Omokri is irrelevant as far as Nigerian politics is concerned.
Okay, Omokri is irrelevant. I want to want us to attend to one statement. I don't know if it's a correct statement coming out from the polity. Sheikh Tinubu says that nobody can stop his father, not man, not God. I wonder where he gets that. I don't know if allegedly that's what, I don't know if truly he said that.
If he says so, it's rather unfortunate, and it has to do with age, and probably it could be intoxicated at that time. You can talk about man. Yes. What we have in Africa, in Nigeria here, is more of a dictatorship than democratic governance. Having said that, it means you can use the state might, just like the abuse of power in Rivers State at the moment. Just like what is happening in our Senate. A woman come up to say a Senate president that never contested the senatorial seat, who was not supposed to be a senator, abuse her. Instead of addressing it, you are sponsoring other women who do not have address to go and be countering her. You are sponsoring other members and people to come and to be signing signature. Or I'm sure some of these don't even know what a signature means, to want to recall her back. Now, you wake up. You can say nobody can stop your father. Nigerian politicians, when they are in power, they always think that way. Abacha never knew that anything can stop him, but God stopped him. Babangida never believed he can go complete. That was why he said, step aside. Stepping aside, it means he will make a comeback. Obasanjo, of everybody that was supposed to be in prison, that was thinking of if he would live for the next day under Abacha's regime, didn't even have money. He was helped. He was picked. He never intended to come and contest. They gave him. I haven't made mistakes and made one or two good things. The next thing he was thinking of third year. So if Tinubu's son wake up to say this thing, I won't be surprised. He's already going about like Prime Minister of Nigeria. The father is the president, he is the Prime Minister. But it's unfortunate to abuse Nigerians by saying we cannot do anything, even if the father did well or not. And now if it's truth, including God, he should retrace his statement, his steps, and apologize to Nigerians and to God. Because you can dare us, you cannot dare God.
Okay, if you were Obi, what will you answer Omokri?
If I were Obi, Omokri has said it all. Obi,
you don't even answer him.
There's no need to answer.
Yeah, never answer
insignificant people, and that's what Obi has showed that you are not relevant, insignificant to my ambition.
Sorry,
and
please.
if I were him, I will continue to behave that
neglect
way to him because, like I said before, he's finding a way of where his voice can be heard because people have come to know who he is. If Obi answer him, that means it's relevant. It's not relevant. You know, talking about Sheikh.
Yes, I wanted you to weigh on that.
You know, it's an adage that is common. You and I use it a lot. Those the gods will kill, they will first make mad. It's allegedly Shetima has said that Sheikh Tinubu has taken over his position.
Okay, I was going to come to that.
I
was going to come to that in quite a while.
Yes.
The Shetima block has been quiet.
Yes.
All through these Rivers State issues and all of that, the only thing that we got a wind of was that the governor of Borno State, Shetima, instructed the House of Rep member to stay away from voting,
yes.
And all that. But for the deputy vice president, we've not heard from him in a long while.
A blog carried that Shetima cried out that his office has been taken over by Sheyi Tinubu. So I'm not surprised. It's allegedly that Sheyi is saying that. I mean, it's like he sees himself as the de facto, vice president. Anything, if he wants something, you get to him, he can make the father to do it. Even the very dark man in faraway China said that Sheyi should talk to the father and all of that. Why is there anything like office of the first son of the president? Why will somebody appeal to Sheyi to speak to the president? I mean, it's wrong in the first place. I don't know if but it's my opinion. Because the president is the president.
Yeah.
Not even his wife, anybody is recognized in that respect, So, you see, Sheyi is behaving like a normal African leader, or leader family. It has happened before, even in Zimbabwe, where Robert Mugabe was office. It was like the Mugabe family owns, Zimbabwe, but everything that has a beginning.
Even in Libya,
yes.
The son was known to be very powerful. You see, but some of the things we must know, and I've said it over and over again, we must look at the age factor to be able to govern this country that we are. Tinubu came in, Buhari came in, health was a constraint. In fact, before Buhari came in, there was Yar'Adua that had a good mind to serve Nigerian, but God gives good health. He didn't enjoy that. We saw the flashes of the good things he did when he was here, rule of law, which is very paramount to the governance of Nigeria. Then Buhari came in. Buhari couldn't move. We can't have a leader that can move. We can't have a leader that is confined in one place.
Sir, you said it all. God gives head.
Yeah.
Obasanjo ruled us.
Yes.
Obasanjo is older than even the city president.
And he's still
But
active.
Obasanjo still play football if the needs arise. Okay? So God is God that gives head. For me, Donald Trump is the president of America. He's 78. He's older than our president by age.
By declared age.
By our records. So now the thing is that it is not the age. It is
this mind.
The mind. If God has chosen you or you chose yourself, it will reflect when you are.
But let me bring you a notice. When the Democrats saw that Biden's health was failing and he was not going to make a good president the second time because he struggled through the first term, they brought Kamala. Now, in the last two presidents that we've had,
yes.
they have been confined to one place. And in ruling from one place, that's not rulership. That's not leadership.
I agree with you.
The president leads from the front. I remember Chevrolet, during the Second World War, the president of America, he couldn't move.
Yes.
But one day he called a meeting and tried to stand up. He said, if you won't go, I will go. I mean, he had a sound mind. We don't hear from for the past 2 weeks, we've not heard from our president.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. You see, I said, you see that God shows you through the people or you choose yourself. And when you choose yourself, you will bear the consequence. Okay? The two presidents they are talking about, they chose themselves. If you remember in 2015, if we are to go by true election, the APC never won that election, but because Jonathan is a peaceful man, he do not want any problem. Because how can the total number of registered voters in Kano, living or dead, voted in from one party, and then you want me to accept that result? But Jonathan said for peace to reign. And when the man entered, what happened? Was he able to perform?
No.
In this case, the man said, even though you didn't vote for me, but I'm here now. Is he performing? Like you said, after 2 weeks, with the country is brewing, the man could not say anything.
I mean, so many things that are happening in the country.
So that's why I said, either you are chosen by God through the people or you choose yourself. And if you choose yourself, you pay the price. I mentioned Obasanjo, even as I told you, if Obasanjo is
still active.
If we vote for Obasanjo, that is, he will do better than what we're having.
Eli, do you think the president is good to go or is just taking Nigerians for granted? I mean, let them be ranting. That one is not my business.
There's a general saying that men with ideas rule the world, not men that talk. So Tinubu have ideas. He's ruling us.
Please, where are the ideas?
Oh, Do I know?
No, because you are looking as if you advised
I
him
know
or
you are shocked.
advises
You look at me,
Yes.
is it me that is
So where are the ideas?
The question here is this. We have time ahead of us. The game has started. We'll evaluate him. We're already evaluating him. We'll keep evaluating him and his governance or his government.
But don't forget what Sheyi said. Sheyi said we couldn't stop him when he was not president. Is it now that he's president that commander-in-chief that we can stop him?
Who is Sheyi? Is he God?
Okay, we will stop it there. Nobody is God in Nigeria. We know Nigerian to always come out through and through in spite of who is there. Well, that's why we pray, Lord. That's why the Christians, the Muslims, we all make good prayers.
And traditional...
African religion.
That's Philip's side, the African religion. Yes. All right, we'll be right back on News Insight.